go back again with another video. It's not a preview, it's not a review, it's a good old bit crack on with you. Yes, it's the best start to a football season for Sunderland AFC for 99 years. Unbelievable. The last time, 99 years ago, we won 4 games on the trot. We've never, I'm led to believe, we've never won 5. But before we get into the meat and bones of the video, a light-hearted crack on about the players and about the start of the season, I want to say a big well done to those who are going into the hat with the other 9 gadgies and also the ones in the next Plymouth match. AKJ, Andy Hunter, Gary McParlin, Uncle Reg, Susan Beaumont, Freshie Golfump, Mark Gofton and Alan Dixon. And I have missed your name out. I do apologise. Let me know in the comments down below. So like I said, 99 years. What a start to the season. And I don't believe... Come on. People have a bit of a tongue-in-cheek with things and they say, yeah, we'll go the first 4 games unbeaten, we'll get 12 points. You know, people say that, but nobody believed it. Surely nobody could imagine in the wildest dreams we would have started the season 4 games, 4 victories, and only letting 1 goal in the last seconds of the last game. It's an absolutely miraculous turnaround from last season under Michael Dodds. And it's Regis Labrie, all to thank with the players. One big fat juicy team effort. And I've also, you know, you've got to congratulate the likes of Kildane Speakman as well. You can't go, you know, congratulating everybody else and leaving those out, regardless if we like them or not. That isn't the point. The point is we want success, we want to do well. So you've got to congratulate and, you know, you've got to eat a bit of humble pie now and again and say, well, so far so good. Early days though. We all know it's early days. And we are missing that, that quality striker. But is Wilson a striker? Now I've got a bit of footage of last night. Game against, it was under-21s, Sunderland versus under-21s Liverpool. Liverpool won 3-2. Watson played and Wilson, yes. Wilson down the left. Watson, he scored a very good goal. We're going to show you Watson's goal right now. If you're enjoying the video and you are new to the channel, 40% of the people who watch the videos are not subscribed, so subscribe, it's free to do so. If you're a subscriber, you can enter in those competitions as well. So thank you, take care, here's the rest of the video. Cheers. This young lad from Easton's going to be an absolute star in the making. And we have, and this is one of the reasons I think why, you know, we've succeeded so far this season. We have good youth academy, don't we? We've got a really good academy with class players coming through. The likes of Chris Rigg, you know, maturing this season at the ripe old age of 17, yes, 17 years of age. He is years sort of above his age with maturity and the mental toughness. He's class, absolutely class. And you know, end of the day, I think Chris Rigg, you know, improvement from last season to this season, you can see it. And being moved by Regis Labrie in around the centre, for me, it just proves he's got the engine. He can break up play, he gets stuck in with the tackles. And unlike Dan Neil last week, he made that silly mistake. You know, he got a yellow card. You know, all footballers get yellow cards. You know, they make mistakes, get yellow cards, mistime a challenge, whatever, they get a yellow card. But he learned from that and he still put some really meaty challenges in and didn't get another yellow card because he's absolutely fantastic. And players like him coming through the ranks, growing and improvement is a big reason why the likes of Regis Labrie, Speakman and all them will succeed this season. Now, another player like Bellingham is a player they've brought in. So that's where the congratulations are going to be. Last year, he may have been a bit raw, may have been a bit young. He seems to have grown and filled out. I don't know if it's just me. Has he grown and filled out this season already? He looks tall. It looks like his brother. And he's got a good engine. And in the middle of the park again, where he can just like box to box, it does look as if that's his perfect position. So Bellingham, again, another player who's grown and improved over the summer. And you can give congratulations to Regis Labrie, probably in improving them, those 2 players, and putting them in the right positions. You can't knock them so far. So far, Regis Labrie, 10 out of 10. I've got a good friend of mine who says he never gives a 10. But we'll give Regis Labrie a 10. Regis Labrie a 10. And I'm going to give Chris Rigg a 10. I think Chris Rigg deserves a 10. Absolutely fantastic. So we'll give Chris Rigg a 10 as well. So there you go. Well, they're the 2 10s I've given this season so far at the start of the season anyway. But where are we going to finish at the end of the season? Can we go 5 unbeaten and be a record for Sunderland in all league, in the league competition? Never won 5 on the trot. And me personally, I had my doubts on this season. I did have my doubts on the season. We all want to win. We all want to succeed. We all want to be in the top 10. Top 1, of course. But I don't think anybody believed there could be number 1 after 4 games. But what can I say? We look awesome. Register Brie has turned and transformed this team from the likes of Dodds last season. We looked slow, lethargic, haphazard, just not wanting to sort of, I don't know what it was. It just seems as if we didn't want it enough. There was no drive, there was no tenacity, there was no, in the faces with that press that we have now. It's a chalk and cheese, same players, 10 of the same players just about, but it's chalk and cheese, isn't it? It's the transformation is absolutely nothing short of a miracle for me. The way we finished last season, the way the heads were down, the way, we just let the season just completely just fizzle out. But this season transformed, and sometimes you just need that last cog in, that bit of that jigsaw to finish the puzzle off. And Regis Labrie could be that. But like I said, early days. Where do you think we're going to finish this season? Come on, let me know your thoughts down below. And of course, the next game is 2 weeks away. We've got to rest this weekend, which is great for the players. It means you can play the same team. But would you play the same team? Alan Brown. The experience we all wanted. The experience I wanted. We needed somebody with experience. Captain for years at Preston. Did a great job in the Championship. And he looks absolutely fantastic as well. He ghosts into that box and the defenders are just lost because they're trying to mark me end. Obviously Robertson, Mundle. And then he pelts in the box and he's right on the 6-yard line. Confusing, opposition's defences. Brown getting stronger. Played the first game, injured second game. And then come back for this game because of Dan Neil got suspended. Now, for me, personally, I don't like the change of winning side. So it's going to be really harsh on Dan Neil. But sometimes that's good competition. And you need to sit on that bench to really get back into it again. It would be harsh to drop anybody if everybody's fully fit back from the international break. But Brown, since he's come into the club, I think I'm going to give him a 9. I think his performance against Portsmouth was absolutely superb. And even, pinched a goal as well for me, but there we have it. What about Roberts? Come on, Roberts last season. Roberts was good when we played against, with a Mad alongside him. A Mad really complimented Roberts, and Roberts sort of brought out the best in Roberts, but I'm sure a Mad can make anybody look good. But last season, what was Roberts? He was way off the pace. He was overrunning the ball. He was losing the ball, keeping the ball too long. He still sometimes keeps the ball a bit long now, but I think that's in his genes, isn't it? But he's improved this season. Regis Labrie's found more from Roberts this season. In the game against Burnley, he was fantastic. Pardon me. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to give Roberts a good 8.5 out of 10 for his start of the season. Now, what do you think of that Tommy Watson's goal? Tommy Watson, the star. What about Wilson, though? Wilson, we'll break this up with a bit of Wilson footage now from last night's under-21 game. We did lose 3-2, but some superb runs from Wilson. He's going to improve, get fitter, and this is what we've got to look forward to in the first team. So there we go. Hard lines last night. Sunderland, Liverpool, class side. But, Watson and Wilson, 2 good assets, along with Pervader as well. And we got those ones who we just bought just at the end of the transfer window. Keep forgetting about them. How are they going to fit into the side? We're going to go to Mundle next. We'll leave Mundle there, everyone. Patterson in goal. Solid 8. His kicking isn't amazing. He drops points with his kicking, but you can't fault him, can you? He's never had much to do. And when he's asked, he's been good. I think he's filled out. He looks a bigger unit this season. So we can't really say much about Patterson. Been there since he, a very young age, all the way through. Sunderland till I die. But for me, he's been, the midfield. It starts with the midfield press and the midfield come back together in pack mentality, helping the defence, all working together. When we lose the ball, we work as a pack to win the ball back. But they also work together. They defend really well in the midfield. So much energy from Bellingham, Regan, Brown. So much, especially like Regan, Bellingham, to help that defence out. And the defence, you cannot knock at the season. You've got Alessi, who was on hard lines, started the season really well. I'm going to give him a 9. But the poor lad's injury prone, and it is really devastating to see him get injury after injury. It's not always the same place either, is it? He had a thigh injury, now he's got an ankle injury. He could be up to 12 weeks out. Please, we got that, we got the lad from Bournemouth on loan, the central defender, and he'll want to play first team football, so I could see him coming in very shortly as well. Dan Neil, captain, first 3 games, superb. Apart from obviously the red card, sent off, missed last week's game. Would you bring Dan Neil back in over Brown, or would you just leave it? I personally, I don't like to upset the apple cart. I would leave it the way it is. The way we played, especially once we scored the first goal, I don't see why we should change it. Dan Neil, 8.5, start the season. Say a bit harsh, but yes, just for that red card, just that red card. I hope he learns from his mistake. Learns from it. I want him to become captain again. I want him to lead the side, but he's got to mature and learn. We had the Middlesbrough last season. We've got the Burnley this season. I think last chance saloon for me for captaincy. If he can't control his aggression and his temper being captain, maybe it's just a step too far at this moment in time. But we do want him to succeed. We want him to be a fantastic captain, a young lad coming through, Sunderland fan from the terraces into the team. He's brilliant. There's no doubt about it. His performances are fantastic. But we also, we want him to succeed as a captain. But if he doesn't, you've got 09 and you've got Brown as well who can step in and release the pressure a little bit and let him play his football because he's a superb talent. Bellingham, well, what can we say? Last season, overplayed. A lot of criticism. He scored a lot of goals as well. He did kind of fall over a lot, lose the ball, whether he's just tired, jaded, or a little bit. Maybe he hadn't filled out last season. Maybe his big frame just hadn't filled it. He's still young. He hadn't filled it out. This season, he's looking like he's filling that frame out. He's looking stronger. He runs with the ball well. He's challenging well. He's winning the ball back. He's keeping the ball, passing the ball better this season. So I'm going to say Bellingham, I'm going to give him a 9 as well. I think he's had a great start to the season. Like all of the players all of the players. Then we're going to go into the likes of Ballard. He's just came back. 1 game in, did nothing wrong at the weekend. So because of 1 game, we'll give him a solid 8. We know what he's got, but another player that's injury prone that we do need to try. I suppose being a central defender, if you're tired to get injuries, you take a lot of knocks, don't you? You've got to go with some hard challenges. You've got to defend the ball. You've got to go with some, you're going to take knocks off the forward line. So I'm hoping he stays fit, because for me, likes of him and Alessi, you want them to be fit along with other players. Hume, 9. Is he the best right back in the Championship? Or one of the best right backs in the Championship? But I think we'd be lost without him. We haven't got anybody else. So for me, that's the one area where I would have wanted to strengthen in the transfer window. We may have somebody who can fit in there, from the other defenders. But Hume, solid. And now he's linking up with Roberts really well. I watched him at the weekend, the combinations. And we don't just look solid and strong on the left-hand side, but the right-hand side starting to almost get up as the level of the left-hand side. And these two passing the ball, again, a bit of understanding now, aren't they? They're passing the ball fast, quick, nippy. Hume gets the balls in the box along with Roberts. So it's double trouble for oppositions, So I think Hume has been great. 09. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think 09's had his best start to his season. Forget about the goal at the weekend. He could have let it go and it would have kept him the Sunderland defender. ifs and buts and maybes. We all love after the Lord Mayor show. He's been great at the start of the season. Luke 19. For me, I wasn't a massive fan with him being in the defence for the full season. If we had proper central defenders who we bought with experience, I'd have dropped him. But who am I to know these things? He's absolutely been fantastic this season, Luke 19. Only mistake he's made, I think, was the own goal. So well done, Luke 19. And then we're going to go on to Dennis Cirkin. I tell you what, Dennis Cirkin, I'm over that. I'm absolutely buzzing for this young lad. He is got to be the best left back in the Championship and one of the best ones in the country for me. We were a different side with like him on the pitch. You know, we got Mundo, but when, you know, we saw Cirkin and Clark. And, you know, Clark, end of the day, I've got no hard feelings. I wish him all the best in his future. And he is a fantastic player. He's going to get better. But are we more balanced when we're not trying to feed Clark every single attacking opportunity? Because now the threats are coming from all over the park, aren't they? So Cirkin, I tell you what, I'm going to have to give him a 10. I really do. I really do rate the lad. And it's a Brucey bonus that he's, touch wood, he's getting through the first 4 games unscathed. I'm giving him a 10. I think he's been brilliant, Dennis Cirkin. He's been brilliant this season. And I think, like I said before, for me, he's the best left back in the Championship. Who we got left? Right, we've got Mienda. I didn't... You know, when Mienda came last season, we saw him a little bit. I thought he looked all right. I thought there's a player in there somewhere. He was small. I think he's another player that's filled out. He looks like a different player. If I hadn't have seen him for, you know, in between the time he went on loan and come back to the first game of the season, I'd have thought, is that the same player? He just looks as if he's grown, strong, physical, getting mature. That loan spell at Hibs, I don't think he played that many games, but whether it's Regis the Brie, it just looks like a natural forward in the making, doesn't he? He's in the box. He probably, I mean, let's face it, I say 90% chance of scoring that goal on Saturday if Brown didn't touch it. It probably would have went in the back of the net. And he scored 2 already. He's had a couple of good shots saved. Remember, it was his shot that was saved that led to the first goal. Is that correct? I think he shot, keeper saved it, and then the defender smacked it against the other defender. There was definitely one of the goals where he shot and we scored from. So, Mienda. How many of these played? We got Cirkin, like a new signing. Mienda is like a new signing too. Mienda for me gets a 9 as well. I mean, having all these players all firing on all cylinders is just amazing. And then Mundo. I watched Romain Mundo last season. He looked a bit raw, looked a bit leggy. He looked like he just kind of lost his way a little bit at times. Just grown, isn't he? Apparently at Spurs, he was Clark's understudy. So when Clark went to Sunderland, Mundo stepped in. Then Mundo went to Sochaux, was it, in France? And we followed that routine. We followed him. Mundo. But I watched him pre-season, and he looked like one of the ones that could really develop. I still thought it was a bit early this season, the first part of the season. But then, that Preston game, where he scored that goal, he was on fire on the left-hand side. They couldn't handle him at times. And now he stepped in against Burnley and against Portsmouth. He's brilliant. He is. Because he can shoot and score with both feet. You know, he's a left-sided player, and he's got a hell of a left foot on him. And he can score with his right. He scored with his right against Burnley and left. I think so. And he's left. Mienda passed that ball to Mundle, and Mundle just buried it. That's what you want. What an absolute awesome player, Mundle. I'm going to give him 9.5. Even though he's only played 2 games, I can see one hell of a player in there. And if he does lose a little bit, we got Wilson, we got Paveda, we got players that can come in. But so far, I can't, you know, what can I say? Absolutely, it's the Regis Labrie effect. Absolutely brilliant. Great start to the season. I've waffled on enough now. Let me know what's your thoughts. Where can we actually go this season? How many games can we go unbeaten? Where can we finish? You've got the way we play, the way we're not even got the most possession anymore. You know, we don't have, other teams have the most possession, but when we win the ball back, we attack. We attack with absolute stealth. We attack with absolutely accuracy, and we score on the goals. We scored the most goals in the league. We joined top goal scorers. You know, we joined goals let in. We let one in like one other team. We've scored 10 like one other team. There's only West Brom who are unbeaten, the same as Sunderland. West Brom have drawn 2. We've drawn 1 and won 3. We've won all 4. You know, the press from Sunderland when we lose the ball, the way we win the ball back, and you've got to give Rig. I mean, for me so far, he is the star. Let's face it, the all-stars, but for me, to see somebody young like that come through the academy, somebody at a young age of 17, and only just turned 17 in June, mind, not like it's going to be 18 next month, just turned 17, to have that ability, that awareness, the knowledge, the skill, the mental toughness, I think it's just, you know, the world's his oyster. But you want all these players to stay injury-free, to stay fit, and keep doing what they're doing. Because at this moment in time, it's absolutely amazing. Let me know if you agree with what I said, or let me know if you haven't. Either way, it's a game of opinions. Thanks for watching the video. Take care. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. God bless. No match this weekend, so we can chill out, relax, and watch England if you want. See you later. Thank you. Bye. Well, I just watched the video back. I'm bloody useless, aren't I? Regis Lebris. I think that's how you pronounce it. Regis Lebris. And on a side note, you know, Mundle, I love his directness. I really do. The way, his physical strength, the way he just drives through the players, brushes them off, like as if they're not even standing there sometimes. For me, that's a real asset and a plus this season. And, you know, you've got to give credit to all of the defence. The defence, you got Hume, Cirque, and both defend well. Ballard, Alessio, and 9 to let 1 goal in. And almost, you know, no team has scored a goal past Sunderland. So that is fantastic for the defence, along with the midfield who helps out. And of course, the forward line. All round team performance so far. Long may it continue, right? I better edit this video and get it up. Cheers. See ya.